Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Welcome back to the class of Al-Mulakhas al-Fiqhi. And we are in Taharah, Kitab al-Taharah. It has 13 chapters. And this is the 10th chapter today, inshallah, which we will be looking at. So we talked about till now importance of fiqh, types of water. We talked about vessels, ania, and then prohibited things prohibited for the muhdith, things which a person who has broken his wudu and or ghusl he cannot do. That's called a muhdith. Answering the call of nature. About siwak, you should do siwak and fitra acts, and then conditions of wudu. Three videos, three classes about wudu, the way to do wudu, and wiping over the hoofs, as well as the things which break the wudu. Like that, we finished 9 chapters. We have few more about ghusl, and then we have tayammum, and then izalatun najasa. If something gets stuck on your hand, what do? How do you remove it? That's called najasa. How do you remove the impure objects? And then we have menstrual and postnatal bleeding, which is the end, had one nifas. And then we'll go to prayer. Prayer, inshallah, which has like 25 chapters in it. So this is all about Taharah. The numbers are like, every time he finishes one thing, he starts the number 1 again. So let's finish this 13 and then we'll be back to chapter 1 in Salabat. Inshallah. Bab fi ihkam al-ghusl. So what is ghusl? Ghusl ightisal. عرفت مما سبق أحكام الطهارة. You already been introduced, or you knew before this أحكام, or you got to know, you could say, the rulings of طهارة من الحدث الأصغر ونواقضها. From the حدث الأصغر, minor impurity. Hadath means what? You're becoming impure. You break your wudu, passing gas, using the washroom, and madhi or mani comes out from a private parts. Eating camel's meat breaks your wudu. Those are called hadathul asghar. And nawaqidah, and things which break the wudu. No? Nawaqid. Naqid min nawaqid. فكنت بحاجة إلى أن أو فكنت بحاجة إلى أن تعرف أحكام الطهارة. So now you are in a need to know أحكام, the rulings of طهارة من الحدث الأكبر, from the big impurity, major ritual impurity. Hadath, that's called what? Hadath. جنابة كان أو حيضا أو نفاسا. So it could be janaba. Janaba, that is, you can be junub. How do you translate that? Major ritual impurity. Or it could be menstruation, or it could be nifas, postnatal bleeding, after birth. وهذه الطهارة تسمى بالغسل, and this cleanliness, طهارة, is called غسل بضم الغين, with the ضمة, غسل. وهو not غسل but غسل. وهو استعمال الماء في جميع البدن على صفة مخصوصة يأتي بيانها. It is using the water on all of the body, right? That is pouring the water, you could say, on the complete body in a specific way. على صفة مخصوصة, which will its explanation will come. والدليل على وجوبه, what's the evidence of it being obligatory? وإن كنتم جنبا فطهروا, and if you are junub, then purify yourself. وقد ذكروا أن الغسل من الجنابة كان معمولا به في الجاهلية. And they have mentioned that, Miss Scholars, it has been said that ghusl was there in Jahiliyyah also. It was acted upon. وهو من بقايا دين إبراهيم, and it was something which was left by Ibrahim al-Islam's religion, عليه الصلاة والسلام, فيهم, in them. وموجبات الغسل ستة أشياء. So there are 6 things which make, wajib on you. Ghusl becomes wajib on you. Like you have to take a bath. إذا حصل واحد منها وجب على المسلم الاغتسال. It is mandatory on a Muslim to take a bath. أحدها, one of them is خروج المني من مخرجه من الذكر أو الأنثى. Ejaculation. Money comes out from the place for the male or the female. ولا يخلو. And ولا يخلو means what? It does not escape, or I think it should have, you could say, it should have. إما أن يخرج في حال اليقظة. Either it should come, it has come, when a person is awake, يقظة. أو حال النوم, or sleeping. It doesn't matter. Wet dreams. فإن خرج في حال اليقظة, if it comes out in يقظة, اشترط وجود اللذة بخروجه. The condition is there should be pleasure when it comes out. فإن خرج بدون لذة لم يوجب الغسل. Now, if there is no pleasure, then there is no need for ghusl. Okay? Like كالذي يخرج بسبب مرض أو عدم إمساك. Because some people might have a disease. Now, if some person comes and says, I have a disease, money keeps coming out, or, عدم إمساك, it's not able to hold, the body is not able to hold, then there's no need, inshallah, as per the Shaykh, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, or عدم إمساك. Because there's no ladha. So if anybody is awake, there should be ladha, there should be pleasure coming out. If it's a disease or whatever, you can just do wudu, maybe, Allahu A'lam. وإن خرج في حال النوم وهو ما يسمى بالاحتلام. And if it comes while sleeping, and it's what's called ihtilam, وجب الغسل مطلقا. Ghusl is mandatory, absolutely. There's no like ladha should be there or not there. No. The pleasure is not a requirement for one who's sleeping. لفقد إدراكه, because he does not realize that. A person who's sleeping, he does not realize, and ووجد إدراكه فقد لا يشعر باللذة. So he might not feel any pleasure. فالنائم إذا استيقظ ووجد أثر المني. So if the sleeping person, he finds some money, وجب عليه الغسل. So he might not even remember. Right? Wet dreams, you might not even remember. And if he sees money on it, if it's wet and all that, well, ghusl is mandatory. وإن احتلم ولم يخرج منه مني. But sometimes people get wet dreams without anything coming out. Money ولم يجد له أثرا, there's no effect also. لم يجب عليه الغسل. Ghusl is not wajib on him. So ultimately, for a person who's sleeping, he should have some ejaculation. Some emission should come up. الثاني من موجبات الغسل إيلاج الذكر في الفرج. Inserting a man's penis into a woman's vulva. Just entering, ghusl is wajib. ولو لم يحصل إنزال, even if inzal doesn't happen. Inzal means ejaculation doesn't happen. Right? Many people are they think that only if there's inzal, ejaculation, then only after intercourse ghusl is wajib. No, just touching them, that's it. Inserting them, it becomes wajib. للحديث الذي رواه مسلم, because hadith عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا جلس بين شعبها الأربع ثم مس الختان الختان فقد وجب الغسل. When anyone sits among the four parts of the woman, that is 4 legs, 2 legs and 4 hands, ثم مس الختان, then the circumcised portion meets, that is the private parts meets each other, فقد وجب الغسل, then the ghusl becomes mandatory. نعم. فيجب الغسل على الواطئ والموطوء بالإيلاج. So wati is the man, is the one who inserts, and mawtu'a is the woman. Both of them, not only on the man and not only on the woman, both of them, because of ilaj, because of intercourse. Walaja is to enter, no? Walaja, ilaj. Awlaja, yuliju. Ilaj. Walau lam yahsul inzal. This is important because many people don't have an idea. لهذا الحديث, because of this hadith, والإجماع أهل العلم, and there's ijma also, he quotes. Nam, hafidhahullah ta'ala. So the second is ilaj. Ilaj, khalas, you have to do غسل. The third من موجبات الغسل عند طائفة من العلماء from إسلام الكافر. Now there's a difference of opinion about this. Some say it is mustahab, and so like Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen says, inshallah, when we do Sharh Mumti', he'll bring all this difference of opinion and which of them is correct, inshallah. May Allah enables us to buy that book also, inshallah. Sharh Mumti', inshallah. 15 volumes. It's like, inshallah, someday we will be able to buy them also and then read also Sharh Mumti', inshallah ta'ala. فإذا أسلم الكافر وجب عليه الغسل. If the kafir accepts Islam, according to the Shaykh, it is mandatory. But Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen said if it had been mandatory, we would have gotten more reports. But لأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أمر بعد الذين أسلموا أن يغتسلوا, because Rasulullah commanded that they should do اغتسال. Thumama, we have a hadith of Thumama ibn Usal and others. Allahu Alam, what I believe, or I follow Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah, he says it is mustahab. And that seems correct because many people kept accepting Islam. Anyways, ويرى, he gives that opinion. ويرى كثير من أهل العلم أن اغتسال الكافر إذا أسلم مستحب وليس بواجب. And he brings that opinion also, that it is mustahab and it's not wajib. لأنه لم ينقل عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه كان يأمر به كل من أسلم. Because he says there's no, that everyone who accepted Islam, he should do ghusl. فيحمل الأمر به على الاستحباب جمعا بين الأدلة والله أعلم. And so all of the ahadith, so the amr could be istihbab. Allahu Alam, gathering all the evidences, Wallahu Alam. He gave that opinion, and this is what seems correct, Allahu Alam. Many people kept accepting Islam, no, and they will not say, oh, go and do wudu, go and do wudu. No. الرابع من موجبات الغسل الموت. May Allah give us حسن الخاتمة. فيجب تغسيل الميت. So it is mandatory for ghusl, dead person's ghusl. غير الشهيد في المعركة. Except a shaheed. Except a shaheed. Many people think the Hajj, the one who goes also is not, given a bath. No. He is given, but in his clothes. Except a shaheed is not given a ghusl. Why? You might be like, why? First of all, this is the command of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and second of all, it is practical. No, I mean his past, his body might be splittered and all that. So shaheed, he's not done ghusl. فإنه لا يغسل. وتفاصيل ذلك تأتي في أحكام الجنائز إن شاء الله. It will come in أحكام الجنائز إن شاء الله. In the second volume, we have 2 volumes of this book, no? So it will come. In this book, we are doing Salah, Zakat. Salah itself is a lot. Then we have Zakat. And Hajj. All ibadat are there in this. So maybe he'll bring it to Salatul Janazah. Maybe. Allahu Alam. Okay. الخامس والسادس من موجبات الغسل الحيض والنفاس. It is menstruation and postnatal bleeding. لقوله صلى الله عليه وسلم فإذا أقبلت حيضتك فدعي الصلاة وإذا أدبرت فاغسلي عنك الدم ثم صلي. So when your menstruation begins, give up performing prayer. That you need not perform prayer or fast. And when it ends, wash off the blood and then perform prayer. وقوله تعالى فإذا تطهرنا, and when they have purified themselves. يعني الحيض. حائض plural is حيض. The women who are in حيض يتطهرن بالاغتسال. They will wash themselves بعد انتهاء الحد. After we have a lesson for that, inshallah. Ahead he'll bring the last lesson, I believe, 13th lesson of Taharah. So wasful ghusl kamil. How do you do the complete ghusl, the sifa of it, wasf of it? First, an yanwiya qalbihi, having the intention to take a ritual bath. Second, ثم يسمي ويغسل يديه ثلاثا ويغسل فرجه. Then he will say Bismillah 3 times. And then he will wash his hands 3 times and he will wash his private parts. ثم يتوضأ وضوءا كاملة. Then he will perform full ablution. Full ablution. ثم يحثي الماء على رأسه 3 مرات. يروي أصول شعره. Then he will pour water 3 times and he will wash all of his hair thoroughly thrice. ثم يعم بدنه بالغسل. Then he will make sure water has touched his body, like he should pour everywhere. وبذلك بدنه بيدي ويدلك بدنه, and he will rub his body بيديه. دلك يدلك. ليصل الماء إليه, so that water can reach it. Water can reach it. So ultimately, pouring the water, this is the sifa. Say Bismillah, do wash your hands thrice, private parts, wash your private parts, and then do wudu, and then pour your water over your head. والمرأة الحائض أو النفساء تنقض رأسها للغسل من الحيض والنفاس. As for the menstruating woman or the postnatal, تنقض, she will undo her braids for washing من الحيض والنفاس. وأما الجنابة, as for janaba, فلا تنقضه حين تغتسل لها. As for janaba, there is no need to open your braids. لمشقة التكرار, because of repetition. تكرار. ولكن يجب عليها أن تروي أصول شعرها بالماء. But you should pour water overhead. So for women, if it is haid or nifas, a woman should open her hair totally unbraided. As for janaba, then the Shaykh says there's no need to do it. But the water, it should be poured. You cannot just bathe without pouring water. You should pour. Okay. ويجب على المغتسل رجل كان أو امرأة أن يتفقد أصول شعره ومغابن بدنه. The man or a woman to ensure that water reaches one's scalp. يتفقد أصول شعره. You to search for the roots of his hair. ومغابن بدنه, and other places where hidden places, hidden body parts. وما تحت حلقه وإبطه, and whatever is under his throat or his underarms. وسرته, under his surah, that is belly button. وطي ركبتيه, and below his knees, back parts of the knees. طي. وإن كان لابسا ساعة أو خاتما, and if he's wearing a watch or a ring, يحركه فإنه يحركهما ليصل الماء إلى ما تحتها. He should shake them so that water can reach below. هذا. وهكذا يجب أن يهتم بإسباغ الغسل. So one should do proper ghusl, performing isbagh, do it properly, perfectly, you could say. بحيث لا يبقى من بدنه شيء لا يصل إليه الماء, so that nothing remains in his body where water does not reach. وقال تحت كل صلى الله عليه وسلم تحت كل شعرة جنابة فاغسلوا الشعر وأنقوا البشر. Rasulullah said there is janaba. Is this hadith Sahih Tirmidhi? Mawqufan al-Hasan also. Okay. And there's janaba under every single hair, so wash the hair well and cleanse the skin. فَغْسِلُوا الشَّعْرَ وَأَنْقُوا. Naqi is to become clean. Okay. وَلَا يَنْبَغِي لَهُ أَنْ يُسْرِفَ فِي صَبِّ الْمَاءِ. But you should not pour a lot of water. You should not use water wastefully. فَالْمَشْرُوعُ تَقْلِيلُ الْمَاءِ مَعَ الْإِسْبَاغِ. So you should do little water, but you should do it perfectly. فَقَدْ كَانَ يَتَوَدَّأُ بِالْمُدِّ وَيَغْتَسِلُ بِالصَّعِ. Rasulullah used to do tawadda, used to do mud with wudu with mud. Mud is like this much small, and يغتسل بالساعة, and 4 muds becomes 1 sa. Sa is like this one. ويغتسل بالساعة. Rasulullah sallallahu فينبغي الاقتداء به في تقليل الماء وعدم الإسراف. So one should follow him to reduce water and not waste it. كما يجب على المغتسل أن يستتر. The bathing person should also hide himself. فلا يجوز أن يغتسل عريانا بين الناس. So it's not allowed that he takes a bath naked in front of people. إن الله حيي ستير يحب الحياء والستر فإذا اغتسل أحدكم فليستتر. رواه أبو داود والنسائي. Rasulullah said, indeed, very Allah is modest and He likes modesty and veiling. And so anyone of you takes bath, he should screen himself. There's no public bath system where everybody is bathing na'udhu billah in front of each other like the Romans and all those people had. وَالْغُسْلُ مِنَ الْحَدَثِ الْأَكْبَرِ أَمَانَةٌ مِنْ جُمْلَةِ الْأَمَانَاتِ. Ghusl is an amana, trust which Allah has given. بين العبد وبين ربه يجب عليه أن يحافظ عليه. You should protect it. You should do it properly. وأن يهتم بإحكامه. You should take care of his rulings. ليؤديه على الوجه المشروع. So that you can do it in the correct way, مشروع way, legislated way. وما أشكل عليه من أحكامه وموجباته سأل عنه. And whatever you have doubts, you should go and ask the scholars. Nah? It should not be this thing. ولا يمنعه الحياء من ذلك. It should not be shy when asking questions. فإن الله لا يستحيي من الحق. Because Allah does not become shy of the truth. فالحياء الذي يمنع صاحبه من السؤال عن أمور دينه حياء مذموم. So haya which prevents the person from asking questions, it's not a good, it's madhmum. It's a kind of shyness which is not recommended. وَهُوَ جُبْنٌ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ. It is cowardice from shaitan. يُثَبِّتَ بِهِ الْإِنسَانَ عَنْ اسْتِكْمَالِ دِينِهِ. So that he can, ثَبَّتَ he can keep him away. So shaitan, likes this shyness where people become shy and they stay away from the religion to complete their religion. وَمَا يَلْزُمُهُ مِنْ أَحْكَامِهِ. And whatever his obligations are in that. وَأَمْرُ الطَّهَارَةِ عَظِيمٌ. And the tahara issue is a serious issue. وَتَفْرِيطُ فِي شَأْنِهَا خَطِيرٌ. And being negligent, تفريط, فرط يفرط تفريط, is خطير, is dangerous. لأنها تترتب عليها صحة الصلاة التي هي عمود الإسلام. Because on it depends the correctness of the salah. Like if your ghusl is bad, salah is also bad. Because the pillars of Islam. نسأل الله لنا وللجميع المسلمين البصيرة في دينه والإخلاص له في القول والعمل. We ask Allah and all for us and all for all the Muslims basira, wisdom, vision in his religion and sincerity in speech and in action. Ameen. And this was, alhamdulillah, the 9th lesson. We have tayammum, inshallah. We'll talk about it in our next episode, next class. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.